Hey, thanks for stopping by at Twisted Art Designs. I did this cute drawing in my art journal and I had so much fun. I just thought I would do a video, make a second one, and show you guys how I did this. So let's get started and have some fun. I'm working in a Strathmore 400 series watercolor sketchbook. So what I'm doing is doing my drawings in this book in the long ways. Instead of it being a landscape version, I'm doing it this way and going a portrait version. So I'm making long, tall pieces of art in this journal. So the first thing I'm going to do is draw an oval for the face shape. Of where the face is going to go. And then a neck. And some shoulders. Like that. That's the first step. Next I'm going to draw in the face characteristics, and you can divide the face out with your lines. If you need assistance for drawing a face, you do a line down the middle, divide it in half, divide that space in half, and then this space in half. And that kind of gives you some guidelines for drawing the face. And then you come in and put in the facial features. So you draw in your eyes. And I'm just doing a real quick sketch at first. And I'll come back and define it later. I like to get it just kind of semi-penciled in like that to start. And for this one, I've decided the theme is going to be bees, so I'm going to do an old-fashioned beehive hairdo. So I'm going to go online and look at some references of photos of ladies with beehive hairdos, and I'm going to sketch in my beehive hairdo. Okay, so I sketched in a beehive hairdo on my girl. And now on to the next step. I'm going to use the Tim Holtz Ideology collage paper. And I'm going to use that for her top. And I'm using this part that has a bee. So what I'm going to do is put this down on my page. And because you can see through it, it's clear, very thin paper, so you can see through it. And I can see my pencil lines, so I'm going to draw her neck and her shoulder right on this page so I can cut it out. Next I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut my collage paper on the pencil lines that I created. So there's what it looks like. And I think what I want to do for this one, I think I'm going to make a V-neck. So I'm just going to take my pencil and draw a little V in it and cut it out. Like that. I love it. I'm going to take Tim Holtz Distress Collage Medium, say that 10 times fast, and a brush, and just apply that to my girl. And I'm not applying it to the back of the paper because this collage medium is nice and thick. And the paper is very thin. If I tried to flip it over and put some in the back, I'd probably just end up with a disastrous mess. So next what I'm going to do is just put this into place. Be really careful to line it up right. I'm lining it up with the side of the book. It's up a little too high. I need to bring it down a little bit. I think that's probably the trickiest part, is just getting it lined up. And I'm just using my hand to kind of burnish it on and rub out any little wrinkles. And it makes it super, super smooth. I'm just making sure all my edges are nice and sealed. Okay, now I'm going to let that dry and trim it off. Now I'm going to take a Tombow Mono drawing pen. Those are my favorite pens to use because they're really nice to use for mixed media, because most things, it doesn't bleed or fade or anything, so you can use any kind of mediums with it. So I'm going to go ahead and do all my pen work and get her all drawn in, and then I'm going to color her. So I've drawn her in, I've penned in the basic lines. That's what I usually do to start, and now I'm going to start coloring her. So for her face, my base will be alcohol markers, and then on top of that I usually use Caran d'Ache Neocolor II, and then on top of that I use colored pencil, and I just keep layering until I get the desired level of color on the face. And the same with the hair. So I'm going to do those things, and the background's going to be pretty simplistic, and I'll come back and show you as I work on it. The colors that I'm using for the face and hair are all Art and Fly, and it's from the skin tone set. So I'm even using the skin tone colors for creating this Beehive hairdo. So I love how she's turning out. I like her beehive hairdo and her pretty bright green eyes. And now I'd like to add some of those little touches. So I'm going in with another mono drawing pen, but this is a size 5, so it's bigger. It's got a thicker point to it, and I'm going to go in, and on the side that's the shadow side, I'm going to make my lines a little bit heavier. And I can tell you that pen does not go well over Tim Holtz Collage Medium. I think I have better luck with Mod Podge than that. So by darkening up those lines, see how that's just going to kind of give it even more depth. So I'm going to add some line work to it with a pen, do a little bit of black line work in her hair. I did her little honeycomb earring, which I think is a super cute little touch. I'm going to just bump up the lines on this, and then I will come back and work on the background. And I think I'm going to use some metallic chalks for a little bit of highlight for her blush. Use this Pearlescent chalk set. It is like pearled chalks, and I'm going to add some pink to her cheeks. It's just finely glittered. I mean, it's not glitter, it's like a little mica pearlescent. So if you turn it, let's see if you can see a little bit. See that pearlescent shine to it? It's just so pretty. And then I think I'm going to take some of the yellow, the pearlescent yellow, and I'm going to add some of that to her hair, just to give that a little pearly sheen to it too. And the lighter parts of the hair, I'm going over it with pearl chalk. So pretty. It looks so much prettier in person than it does on the camera, but if you could see that in person, it's gorgeous. It's just makes her hair shimmery and all those light bright spots. Super pretty. I love it. That's so fun. Okay, now for the background, I'm using the Deco Brush pigment pens. This is an acrylic paint in a pen. I'm using Duck Egg Blue, and I'm going to fill in this section solid with Duck Egg Blue, and then I'm going to do a swirl that's going to be like how I did this one, because I love how that looks. So I'm going to go ahead and do that on this page. And I love these pens because they have a brush tip and they have a nice thin layer of acrylic paint in them. But one thing I have found in playing around with them, I just got them for my birthday, is I have to be really careful going up to that line. I've never had any problem with the Tombow monolighter bleeding, but I've tried these pens with all different brands of inks, and they make every single ink bleed. So if I go too close to that, it'll bleed black. Like, see how it started to do that right there. So I just have to be really careful with these pens. I'm not sure what the formula is. These are made in Poland. I'm not sure what they use for their formula that would cause that, but that's my only complaint about them. Other than that, they're super easy and fun to use, and they're really pretty. And it just puts down a nice little thin layer of paint that you can kind of build up. So I'm going to leave just like almost like a little white line around it. For this part, I'm going to do a little bit along her head right here, her neck. And then come down here. That's why they're so easy to use. And then I kind of use it on its side. That's how I created that soft looking one on the other page. Like that. Let's see if we can see. Next I'm going to use these rubber stamps. with bees, different sizes, and this cute little honey pot. And I'm going to stamp these onto cardstock and then color them and fussy cut them out. The little honey pot that I've colored and cut out, and I took this little piece of black string and I just used a piece of Scotch tape to glue it to the back. This is going to become one of her earrings. So I'm going to glue it in place and then just cut the string off where her earlobe is. That just looks so cute. And now on her earlobe, where the dot of glue is that holds that string in place, I'm putting a little pearly white sequin. So I'm going to just put that on, and it's going to cover up the string, and it's going to make this look like a little pearly earring. And I'm going to glue a sequin over here as well. So now I'm trimming out my bees and adding them to the page. I added a little bit of blue on the wings, and I went around the white edges with a deep ochre Ecoline pen to get rid of the white lines. And now I'm going to take some Nuvo drops. This color is Auburn Pearl, and I'm going to put a drop of Nuvo right in the middle of the sequin to hide the hole in the sequin. And it's kind of the same color as her Beehive hairstyle. It just makes those earrings a little cuter. I love the sequin earrings, and the Nuvo drops just kind of adds to it. So now I'm going to cut out the rest of the bees. I've got 3 more bees to cut out and add to the page. I like the honey pot earring with this on the string. It looks super cute. It's turning out fun. Hope you're enjoying. So I've completed my page. I'm leaving this black and white because I love that stark black and white effect. But you could also color that in with different things, brush pens or colored pencils. And I just like it black. I think it just makes it look kind of fun. I love the little bees and the bee on her head, the little honey pot earring. So it's just fun and cute. I hope you enjoy this, and maybe it gave you some fun new ideas to try in your art journal. It's a great way to use the Tim Holtz Ideology collage papers to make an outfit, and taking whatever that theme is on the piece that you use to drag that theme throughout your design. There will be a link in the description box below of the products I used on this art journal page. And I hope that you go make art today, because art soothes the heart. Thanks for stopping by.